Hi, you fellow movie maniacs out here. It's me, Mark the Movie Man, and we're back with another slate of movies just for you. Now, today we're going to visit Scarface, Carrot Top, and Jailbait as they come back for the 6th installment of the Harry Potter series. Yes, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. We also weigh in on The Knowing, starring I'm Gonna Save the Day, Nicolas Cage. And, of course, we hit the What the Frak ring as we bring you Vampires versus Zombies. Keep it here, folks. Let's light the fires and kick the tires and get this party started. Hey everyone, it's me, Mark the Movie Man, and first up on our chopping block today is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Yes, the entire cast is back once again. Link to the side for the cast and the plot. We're giving you the brass tacks. So here it is. This movie was very good. It's darker than the other Harry Potters. We're going to just start that off right now, okay? But the book was too. They reflect the overall tone and the mood of the book. They keep that in the film. They conveyed that very well. Now, there's been a lot of complaints about this movie that I've heard from the devout, Harry Potterites or whatever you want to call them, that's saying, oh, it's not like the book. Oh, the book's like this big, okay? It's a big book, okay? And they got to cut it down to about 2.5 hours, which means a lot of those subplots that you've grown to love, sub-characters, even sub-events that went on that may have added to the story, could not be put in the movie just for the sheer length of it, folks. I mean, this movie already weighs in over 2 hours, and you want to put more of that in there, you might as well make it a mini-series. All these actors do a great job of staying in their character, still getting into them. I mean, you don't look at them and see, Daniel, you don't see her, they're Hermione, they're Harry Potter. You don't see them as the actors, you see them as the characters. And it's interesting because they've kept this series fresh. You would think also after 6 movies that they would kind of get stale, but they don't. And I think it's really because of the source material. Now, they weren't able to put everything that was in the book, but that hardly ever happens when you get a book to movie translation, folks. It's worth the money. Go see it. It's definitely dark. This ain't Christopher Columbus's show anymore, and thank God for that, because there'd be nothing but peppies and rainbows and all kinds of other things that just would not fit in the movie. It's a dark movie. It is a kind of creepy movie, and also a hormonal movie. Let's face it. Harry Potter and all his friends have hit puberty, and that is so evident in this film. You see, I mean, they're more worried about who they're going to kiss or snog next than they are about Voldemort coming and attacking the castle. So, you have that element in there. You're addressing puberty. There's a lot of things in this movie to enjoy, folks. My final verdict on this, folks, is 3.5 stubs. I definitely recommend you go see it, especially if you're a fan of the book. And look forward to the Deathly Hallows, which is coming out, I believe, next year in 2 parts. So they're definitely going to be covering a lot more on that. And it's something to look forward to and give you a chance to whip your wand out again. Next up on our chopping block is The Knowing, starring Nicolas Cage, Mr. I'm Gonna Save the Day. Link on the side, of course, to the plot and the cast and crew, if you want to take a look at that. Right now, I just want to talk about, in general, this movie was not a happy movie. Okay, folks, it's a end of the world type of movie. It's about the end of the world. They can never really be too big, cheers and beers, happy go-lucky films. When it's about the end of the world, it's pretty serious, and it's dark, and there's plot holes. Okay, basically what it is, there's a sheet of numbers. You probably saw it in the trailer. The sheet of numbers, and it gets locked in a time capsule, and Nicolas Cage's son happens to get it when their school opens the time capsule, and he finds out all the names and dates, and longitude and latitude, they're all about disasters that have happened. Big, mega, huge, epic disasters, okay? And so then he uses it to predict the next one, and of course one of the final predictions is about the end of the world, which makes him go kind of loopy, and his kid starts hearing people's voices in their head. They're being followed around from guys who look like they're lead singers of the Smashing Pumpkins. The movie tries to be a lot of things and fails at a good chunk of them. Now, it was entertaining for the special effects parts. Some of the effects are phenomenal. The one jet crash that they have in there was fantastic. I mean, I've never seen a jet crash portrayed like that before. There's a few other big disaster effects scenes that were fantastic. But overall, the movie is depressing. I'm warning you folks now. You rent this movie, don't rent it for, you know, really happy, enjoyable. If you're gonna rent this, be prepared to be depressed, okay? There's also a lot of religious undertones to this film. It gives a lot of allusions, some very subtle, some not so subtle allusions to religion, to Christianity, end of the world interpretations, items of that nature. So be warned, there is that type of element in there as well. So if you're kind of disturbed by that, or don't like to see that, or just don't care for end of the world pictures, avoid The Knowing, okay? I give The Knowing 2 ticket stubs only because of the fact that the effects were great. It did keep me interested. The characters were not all quite cookie cutter, but on the whole, it was still a weak plot, and of course, it's depressing as well. So, 2 ticket stubs. It is out for rental now. Worth a rental. Maybe one night, or you know, maybe the dollar bin if you want to wait for that. Finally, on our chopping block, we go back to the What the Frak ring as we see the vampires versus zombies. Now, folks, before you get excited, there's the link on the right for the cast in case you care. So, What the Frak movie. So, who really cares is in it? All we want to know, is it at least worth the price of the dollar rental? And I can definitely tell you that vampires versus zombies isn't. Okay? Plot, you would think, was as simple as Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus. You have vampires and you have zombies and they fight. That doesn't happen. I don't know what happened. They call it vampires versus zombies, but I never really see any really vampires hunting any zombies. You do see some humans fighting the zombies while on their way to go fighting the vampires, but there's really no battle between the vampires and zombies, and I was very disappointed. I mean, you know, I was hoping at least that the movie would live up to the title. It sounds pretty badass, but it wasn't. It was boring. It was lame. I mean, yeah, you have some deaths in there from the zombies, but they tried to put a supernatural element in on this, and then they tried to go psychological on you. Is this really happening, or is this just a figment of someone's imagination? They couldn't really make up their mind about how they wanted to approach this film, and they failed on all accounts, okay? Even for What the Frak film, they failed on every account. Folks, don't go rent it. Don't go see it. Vampires versus Zombies is not as cool as it sounds. It's not even entertaining, one of those so bad it's good movies. It's just plain flat out awful. And that'll about do it here for us at the final cut. Once again, I am Mark the Movie Man, and I appreciate you so much for stopping back. Let's recap kind of what we talked about today. We've got Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. You're talking 3.5 stubs. You're talking The Knowing with I'm Gonna Save the Day with 2 stubs. And we hit the What the Frak brand with Vampires vs. Zombies. Don't rent it. Don't see it. Just bypass it and imagine in your head what that movie could be, and it's probably better than the final project. Until next time, folks, keep your ticket stub.